I mean, does this place give you the creeps anymore or not really?
No. During the day, it's like you can see through all the windows, everything's lit up, and it looks like this. See, like all of a sudden we're in a ballet studio type of thing. And it's great, and it's not spooky at all, right? Like you can see through the windows and everything. And then you look out here, and if you stay there, see? It's different, right? It's creepy.
Grave Encounters 2 is very much not, I guess, a traditional sequel in the sense that when we were developing the script, there was a million ways it can go. One of them being whatever, it's set in the same reality as the first movie, and Lance Preston has a brother who goes searching for him or some dog shit and goes to the building, and then they go into the same building and the same thing happens, kind of a thing. And we wanted to do something different, and I remember Colin pitched me this idea. He's like, what if we set the movie in reality where it was like people knew about Grave Encounters and it was this worldwide internet phenomenon where the trailer has 20 million views and people know about it, and it's about some kids that get obsessed, the kid that gets obsessed with the first movie and thinks that it's real. Because all the time that we look at all the YouTube comments and stuff like that, a bunch of people would be like, is it real? Is this real? Does anyone know if this is real or not? Did this actually happen? Does someone know any information about the movie? So we kind of said, well, what if one of those people that's asking that question was the main character?
Yeah.
63 Apple, take 3. B and C mark. Jen, you want to grab those? B and C mark.
Action!
Fucking right, that's what I'm talking about. We are going home, right? Fucking.
Yeah, well, JP is a good friend of ours. He's a music video director. He's done some really creative stuff, and when we wrote the movie, we kind of knew that we wanted it to be a younger, hipper version of the first film, and we thought maybe we should try someone who we know can direct narrative through his music video stuff. You could tell, but we basically were interviewing people to kind of see who we wanted to get to direct our script, and I think we knew right away almost that JP was the right guy. Just
because he comes from a more commercial background, he's very technically sophisticated kind of filmmaker. I mean, if you watch some of his music videos, I've watched them and been like, what? How the fuck did you even do this? Like, I don't understand how half the shit he does. He's just a crazy little mad genius. And I think the thing that a lot of people don't realize about found footage films, the good ones at least, is the high level of technical sophistication that goes into making them.
even to making them look lo-fi.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, I mean, people go like, oh, you look at the Blair Witch Project, and like it's like so just shitty and it's shot on like a camcorder, but it's like that's one example and that's true of that movie. But then you look at some other.
It's not shitty though. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I love Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
But it is very like low tech. But like as found footage has gone along, and now is where it's at now with like the Paranormal Activity movies and Cloverfields and Your Quarantines, etc. These movies are extremely technically sophisticated. They have all sorts of
really complex wonders.
Yeah, there's a lot of visual effects in them and a lot of stuff that, we knew working with JP that he would understand all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
What you doing on there?
I am about to do an extreme version of Dirty Dancing. JP and I are about to reenact that. It's going to be amazing.
All right, let's do one.
Nice job.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, just a moment where I just really felt warmth in my soul was when we killed the baby. I would have to say, would be up there. For sentimental value. What about you guys?
Well, when I hear that baby gargle on its blood,
Its own
JP,
blood
I
is-
just thought nothing quite warms
It's
the,
like
the heart like that.
Yeah, that's like fine wine. That moment ages and gets better in time. Really, the more
It's
I
just,
think about it,
it's just feel good.
it is.
it's really
I
experience.
liked it when we had the girl on the track.
We had the girl. It's in the film for like so short, which is what's hilarious about it. It's
What,
like
when she's on the track.
it's like a 1 second shot, but
And you
she
can see the
essentially we
track.
built this track down a hallway that she's like hovering down. But
You can't even see your fucking feet.
You
Like,
can't
so,
even-
like, she might as well be on a
Well, I
fucking
mean,
dolly.
I wanted to have that locked off shot in the edit, but
Well, that locked off shot didn't work.
could have been cool with the anyway. But in terms of your body language itself, just basically keep yourself like a statue, but with your hands up to the side. So really just moving your face, like that'll be cool, you know, some things like that. Exactly.
Nice.
And there. Have you done this before?
Okay, coming back. Okay,
I'm gonna,
Going backwards.
So is that the top speed or
No,
was
no,
that?
no.
I'm gonna do that.
Why are kids so creepy?
Okay, Mark, the lights, please. Thank you. We're rolling. And 3, 2, 1, now!
Got it. Reset.
Got it. Reset.
But I know one thing I did think was cool was that miniature hallway. That was cool.
Fucking cool. That was a sweet idea. When we were writing that shit, weren't we doing the third draft and you were like, oh, we should do forced perspective or some shit, and then...
No, that was me.
Yeah,
was
it
that
his
you?
idea.
Was that
Only-
you?
only-
That
I was
you?
against the fat ghost though.
We had an actor, Roy, that's a super tall dude. He's like,
Like 8 feet tall or something.
he's super tall. It's crazy. So the idea was just that they'd look back and he would just appear to be gigantic. So we built a miniature scale hallway, which is really cool and I don't think is done really very often anymore in terms of with now just everything is so computer generated, and it was cool to kind of return to an old school style of effect, the kind that I grew up watching making ofs of movies made in the 80s where everything was built in miniatures and stuff like that.
That's
so
what
it
it
was
felt
cool.
like being on set,
Yeah,
too.
it
'cause
was
I
really
like,
cool.
oh, shit.
You could see it
miniature
all on
hallway.
camera. You'd like line up the shot, and it was just like, there it is. That's because it's real.
Yeah.
So that was a cool thing.
Mm-hmm. We did for both of the ghost demon characters, we did prosthetics for their face, which turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, we always try to keep as pure as possible. I think like, you know, obviously the third act of the film has a lot of visual effects and a lot of computer generated stuff that would just be impossible to do practically on kind of the dime that we had, but you try to keep as much shit real as you can, you know?
Yeah, there's actually a fair amount of in-camera stuff for sure.
Okay, here we go. We're hot. And 3, 2, 1, now!
And get some more details before and shoot until you guys want to start it off.
shaking.
Brad, you call it.
Talk to me.
Hey, cut it, cut!
Down.
Okay? Yeah, I'm going to. Out here? Spend his chance.
It's always kind of annoying as a horror audience member, and you're like, don't run up the stairs, go outside. But the great thing about this franchise is that we strip that shit away. Once you're in the building and you try to exit, but there is no exit, the audience isn't going to question whether you go upstairs or downstairs or left or right, because no matter where you go, you're trapped. On that level, I think the audience is no longer saying the typical things where, you know, why are you running up the stairs when you could run out the door and call the cops? Your phones don't work. You strip the characters away from all these kind of devices that would give them hope.
And one by one, our goofy college kids start to fucking die.
I think just the building, the audience knows that as soon as you're in the building, you're fucked. I think they get that. And I think they know that those kids are stupid for, you know,
Being naive.
going along with this filmmaker who's the thing about the character Alex is he's really driven to make a movie, and the act of making a movie is why this movie gets finished, because he's starting at first, he wants to make the all-American horror film. It's the film school's dream. It's every filmmaker's dream to, you know, make that movie, and he doesn't know what kind of movie he's making. At first we see a scene from his film that he's making. Maybe it's his thesis project in film school or whatever, and he's kind of has this B horror quality, and it's very The Blob-esque.
He hasn't found his voice yet, but
Exactly.
then he finally, in the process of going
Making
through this situation, he finally does find his artistic
He
voice.
realizes that Grave Encounters 2 is essentially what he's making.
And it's a really fucked up voice.